Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Brev. Welcome to What Would Brev Do, Episode 4. This is the series where I play an entire ranked seasons game from start to finish and talk about what's going on in my head the entire time. If you guys are new to the channel, be sure to like the video, subscribe for more content. We've already done 3 episodes of this series so far this year and about 30 last year. It's all in the same playlist. It's in the description below. If you want to go back and check that out, then it's there for you. Today we're going to be rocking with basically a God Squad lineup. There's a bunch of different variations you can run right now. This one features Castellanos at third, moving Chipper over to short, and Trey Turner in center field. And on the mound, we're going to be pitching with Vida Blue. I have now tried twice to record this video. The first game I threw Maddox, the second game I threw Keuchel. Both games ended very quickly, so we're going to throw Vida Blue in this one just because I don't think he's very good, and I kind of want to get more practice with him, maybe try to figure some things out. But really the goal of this video is going to be talking about how lineups are so good now. The fact that you have 97 plus players basically at every spot in your lineup is a lot of power, and with great power comes great responsibility, right? So it's as important as ever to go into the game with an approach and make sure you stick to that approach. Because the fact that every single person in your lineup now basically can hit a home run whenever they want, it's very tempting to be over aggressive, especially early on in the game. You know, kind of throw away a bunch of at-bats swinging early just because you think you can go yak every pitch. So we'll try to feature our standard approach, and we're facing DeGrom, which is going to be a good matchup as well. You guys can see kind of how I hit against DeGrom. There's 2 types of pitchers with DeGrom. People that throw fastballs up and in and off-speed low and away. Basically, that's their entire sequencing the whole game. And then there's the other set of DeGrom pitchers who throw sliders high, changeups high, 2-seamers and double play counts, and make things really unpredictable. So we'll see what kind of pitcher this guy is with Jacob. The first one I said is definitely more common, and we're going to take our opportunity early on in the game to try to figure out what type of pitcher this guy is. You know, work the count. Even though we have Mike Trout leading off against a righty, one of the most effective offensive weapons in the game, still making sure we're patient, making sure we're not deviating away from what we've been doing all year, just because the cards we're using are better now. And once we start to get people on base, you know, when a home run becomes worth 2 or 3 or 4 instead of 1, that's usually when we like to kind of crank up the aggressiveness and then try to take advantage of the fact that everybody in our lineup can hit a home run. So 3-1, I'm absolutely taking all the way here. And we do work a leadoff walk with Mike Trout. So that is absolutely beautiful. Even though we have a guy on base now, going to maintain our patience with Soriano here. Soriano versus DeGrom is a bit of a bad matchup because Soriano's swing is a little bit slow. So obviously him throwing 2 straight fastballs is not really a surprise. And he did go off speed. He's thrown 3 straight pitches outside. We were also late on that one, so I imagine he comes in here. He did actually bury a changeup. Maybe he's just setting it up. Definitely protecting against an inside fastball in this spot. And I was still late. Dang it. Didn't trust myself enough. Bad swing there. Here's a spot where we could be a little bit aggressive with Schwarber. You can see he's a little bit more scared than he has been too. Throwing a first pitch curveball, that's definitely weird. Immediately goes to a 4-seam. See if he doubles up. Kind of sitting on it. Ooh, the high changeup. So this guy looks to be category number 2. Which good on him. Definitely a better category. Missed the slider there. We were early as well. Just late. He really hit his spot super well there, that at bat. But you can see, you know, the leadoff walk, the fact that we've been working counts. Haven't really even done anything this inning. And we've already worked 15 pitches. And we've kind of learned a bit about the way he likes to sequence. Nice little down and away changeup. Nothing we can do there. Absolutely no reason to swing at that first pitch. Woo! The back-to-back off-speed. We were definitely cheating there. Maybe he thinks my bat's fast. This is kind of weird. He's got to challenge me at some point. Yep. Good sequencing, man. He threw the fastballs twice when I wasn't looking for it. But despite the fact that we didn't really do anything there, still worked around 20 pitches. It's going to be a tough game to hit, though. This guy's a very good pitcher, clearly, from that first inning. So Vida, why don't I like Vida very much? Well, I feel like I can't throw anything but his fastball around where I want it to be located. So even that curveball, I was a little bit early. It ended up way higher than I wanted it. it worked out because he swung over the top. It ended up being a little bit of a 5-pie-over-6 pitch there. But his off speed is just really hard to throw, I find. It seems like it always ends up in a spot where you don't really want it. His two seam's also a little bit flat, but I find it semi-necessary to kind of mix in every now and then. Just because, you know, if people know Vida's control on his off-speed sucks and they're sitting fastball, then a fastball that's a little bit slower can be a good weapon. This is a tough spot to be in, man. I don't really want to throw a down and in slider here, but we'll see if it works out. He was late there. So he was early. He seemed late. And I guess we'll go curve now. The curve is definitely Vida's best secondary pitch by far just because of the break. And we did actually get him to chase there. He bailed us out a little bit there. We absolutely would have had to go on four-seam fastball in a 3-2 count there. So thankfully he chased. He chased very late as well. He maybe accidentally swung. Maybe he wanted to check. I also find with Vida too, like when you're in advantageous situations, I try to feature the fastball early in the count, like against Trout, who's worse against lefties by a significant margin. We want to make sure we're getting ahead in the count against those guys and getting the outs that we, you know, should get on average. And then when I'm in a disadvantage, you know, facing a guy like maybe Team Affinity Salvador Perez, who's maxed out against lefties, that's more of a situation where I might try to pitch kind of cute and work the corners as much as I can. That ended up right down the middle, man. Even though I wanted it low in the way, that is the Vida Blue issue. That's his highest control off-speed pitch too, man. It still ended up there. I swear you're just like, when you're using Vida Blue this year, it's like you're pitching MLB 20 when every other pitcher in the game is MLB 21. Like you just never know where the off-speed's going to end up. So that sucks, especially against Trout. Again, that's an out we should be getting with his stats versus lefties. We just left a curveball right there, and he took a good swing at it. He's late on the fastball there, so we'll challenge him a little bit more here. Ortiz, again, is another guy we should be getting out with Vida Blue, so we want to make sure we're not walking him at the very least. We'll hit him with the triple up hesitation here. I do this a lot. If you hesitate before picking your pitch, for some reason it like subconsciously implies that you're throwing something different. So I really like if I double up on a pitch and I want to triple up, I like just waiting and hesitating for a long time. Because for some reason people's brains just think that that means I'm not throwing a fastball again. That's probably a pitch I should have swung at. Definitely not where he wanted that one. And we are at 0-1 again. But again, we want to stay patient, you know. We let that one go, which we shouldn't have. But in general, it's a good approach to take. Down and away with the four-seam. Nice tunnel off the slider. He threw off the plate there. We'll see if he goes to it again. Bit of a slow bat here. I imagine he'll go off speed. Yeah, we lay off that slider. I feel like he wanted to throw that higher. Not really sure. We'll see if he goes back to the four-seam now. Nice changeup. That's exactly the swing he's trying to get there. We got super lucky that that wasn't a ground out because it should have been. Really good pitch, man. The nice middle changeup. Making me swing at it as if it's a fastball. That was a really lucky single. Two-seamer down and away. Pretty standard stuff. Tunnels it with a changeup. This guy's really good at pitching, man. Haven't really picked up on many tendencies yet. Other than that, he is tunneling well. Classic pitch now would be the down and in slider. We got to make sure we lay off. We did not lay off because it was a strike. It's really close, though. If he buries that more, we got to be able to take it. And he challenges us up and in. So that's 3 times now he's gone inside to a lefty with 2 strikes with a fastball and gotten an out. So that is a pitch he is definitely going to be trying to feature moving forward in this game, and we got to keep that in mind when we have lefties at the plate, that he wants to go inside, specifically up and in, because he's gotten us 3 times on it now. 3-1 to Jackie. I actually do want to let it rip here, especially if it's a fastball. Oh, I'm under it. Dang it. That's exactly the pitch we're looking for there, man. Oh, we could have crushed that if our PCI was just a little bit better. We jammed it. Now with a pitcher on deck and a runner on, we got to be super aggressive here now. We cannot let him walk us. So we just gotta basically swing at anything close and hope that we can get an extra base hit or something. We roll over the curve. Couldn't sit back on it. That Jackie at bat was tough, man. That's literally the pitch I wanted to see. Just didn't execute. And now we're back to pitching with Vida with, you know, hopefully we can locate some of this off speed for strikes. This is a miserable experience, man, I swear. I wish this card was better, especially as an A's fan. It just, I don't know, I can't figure it out. Maybe you guys know something I don't. Let me know in the comments. His bat seems pretty slow. Going up and into Story here, though, is really scary. This might be a dumb pitch. He was late. Yeah, his bat seems a bit slow. Just kind of weird. Most people I play with when I'm pitching Vida definitely keep a fast bat because they kind of know his off-speed sucks. There, he turned it around. So now we'll tunner that slider. This is a pretty common pitch, but maybe he bites. He did bite. Nice. That slider ended up relatively where I wanted it to. That's always a W. We strike out Trevor Story as well. I will say against this guy in particular, it seems like his lineup is a little bit more, you know, alternating or balanced than most people that I play. So this is a good lineup to pitch Vida against. He seems like he has more people in his lineup than most that are weak against lefties. He's already done Trout, I think Ortiz, and then Schwarber just now. So I guess that's the same lineup that I'm running, so I don't know. Maybe Trout is the unusual part of that equation, or Ortiz now, I guess. All right, Castellanos, very scary again. So we're featuring off speed early and trying to nibble a little bit, maybe make him get himself out. And now we kind of need to throw a strike, so we'll go two seam instead of four seam. We did not throw a strike. Now we'll just go four seam. I really don't want to walk him. If he swings 3-0, he swings 3-0. If he swings 3-1, he swings 3-1 here. We'll go back to the two seam in case he's early on it. And he was. Good on him sitting fastball there. And now I'll go up and in and hope he's late. And hope I hit my spot also. Nice, we get him looking. Big out getting Castellanos there. This is definitely a struggle on the mound. we're gonna have to figure out a score. Because Vida's not gonna get away with sequences like that forever. That was a roller coaster. Alright, Vida, despite being a switch hitter, doesn't really hit that well. Definitely being patient, making that pitch count go up. Especially if he wants to get deep in a count against my pitcher, I will not complain about that. But the odds of us getting on base here are really slim, so we might as well see some more pitches and get our timing down and get our visuals down and such. 2-2 here. Probably a slider, we'll see. Nope, blew it right by me. That's a fair pitch. Alright, nobody on for Trout. Shift on again, maintaining our approach. Just because it's 1-0, just because we haven't hit particularly well so far, does not mean our approach is bad. It just means we haven't had the opportunities that we wanted yet, and the one opportunity we had with Jackie, we just didn't execute mechanically. He's pitching outside a lot, especially with the shift on. It's kind of weird. Good pitch, man. Last time he went inside with the four seam. Kind of had to protect. This guy's dotting me up right now. Still kind of nibbling though. He's definitely pitching very respectfully still, so sticking with our approach of working the count is still good. 2-0 to Soriano here. We will definitely take that. Kind of hoses us a four seam. Looking for hanging off speed this pitch, otherwise I'm probably taking. Nice little two seam inside. Alright, now what does he go with? Two strikes. The front door curve. We fight it off, protecting. Pretty good swing, actually. Really good pitch. Also really good pitch. This guy's living down in the zone except for the fastballs. I haven't seen much high stuff, just the one changeup to Castellanos. Whew. I'm just waiting for him to try to catch me looking with a low fastball. Good battle here from Alfonso. Ah, good pitch, man. This is tough. DeGrom is good. We'll figure it out, man. We always do. It's not a Brev gameplay unless we fall behind early and have to come back. It's like the token Brev game. Got him to chase the slider again. So this is definitely a pitch he is struggling to lay off. Not to say he's a bad hitter at all. It's a hard pitch to lay off in general. But we will definitely try to exploit that and maybe try to catch him looking here now that he's chased twice. Yeah, good tunneling. Just standard tunneling right there. He basically chased that pitch twice. He got lucky with the second check swing. So he probably told himself to reel it back in and not chase. So that's why we counter with the painted four seam, which is also another reason, not to make excuses, but it's one of the reasons why I've been chasing low a lot at the plate this game, is because a lot of people love throwing low outlier four seams with DeGrom because it's really hard to swing at if you're expecting them to try to bury stuff low, especially the slider. I don't know, that tunnel is just incredibly difficult to hit against. But I need to acknowledge the fact that he hasn't actually thrown a single low four-seam fastball in that situation yet so far. So maybe we'll have to change that approach up a bit. All right, we blow it by DeGrom. 2 down now. Getting through the bottom of his order so far, as we should. I'm really liking this low and in curve to righties. I maybe should start trying to throw the curve a little bit higher too. That's unfortunate. That was not a good swing. Now he's got 99 speed on. This is usually immediately followed by a 2-run home run, so we'll see where we're at. Good take. He's taking a lead over there at first. It's all for show. All right, so far anyway. Trying to vary our times at the plate just in case he wants to steal. I don't think he wants to steal, though, to be honest. I don't think he wants to run himself out of the inning, so we'll kind of not respect it as much as he takes off next pitch. I think he swung because he took off, though. That's why I really don't like stealing with 2 outs. I swear you just force yourself to swing if you steal in that spot. I don't think he would have chased that if he stayed put. I will take it, though. Now we got Schwarbs shifted. Even though we haven't scored, we have 1 hit, 1 walk this game. We are pushing 60 pitches now for DeGrom, which is obviously a good thing. We've seen a lot. Working the pitch count this year isn't as effective as previous years because obviously the pinpoint stamina glitch. But it's still good to just see that many pitches in general, just to make sure your visuals are good. There's that fastball inside. Remember, we told ourselves he's going to want to throw that pitch. It's worked a lot, so we got to make sure we're protecting against that. Then we lay off. Classic tunnel, and I feel like I'm starting to see the ball a little bit better now, especially left on right. Yeah, these takes are much better than earlier in the game. This is one of the benefits of seeing a bunch of pitches. Now I'm starting to figure out everything. Feels like it anyway. Nice little 2-seam. Perfect, perfect. If it gets to the wall, it's a double. And it will. Kyle Schwarber with the leadoff double. Exactly what we needed. We finally have a little bit of momentum offensively. Let's see if we can try to take advantage of that. If he is warming up the bullpen here, that is incredibly surprising. I think that would be a pretty big mistake from him. Let's check it. He is. Wow, he is not messing around. That's crazy. Chipper gets the change up first pitch and ropes it in the gap. And that's what we're talking about, man. Once we see a bunch of pitches, once we start to get some momentum, some runners in scoring position, some runners on base in general. This is a 4-seam fastball 100% of the time, by the way. Oh, I'm late. That's when we start cranking up the aggressiveness meter. So we definitely have momentum right now. We still have a runner in scoring position. So the aggressiveness has been turned up from our approach. This is the time we want to be hacking, especially on, mistake pitches. A little bit early on that fastball, unfortunately. It was a 2-seam. We would have been regular early if it was a four-seam, which may have been a home run, but still not a good pitch to swing at. But we got to make sure, even though we're trying to get this run home, we got to make sure we're taking good swings still, so it's tough. As long as we're conscious of the fact that we're trying to be semi-aggressive here is really what matters. Ooh, man, I thought I was on that. Must have been late, just barely. Good pitch. Couldn't lay off. Dang, are we really going to spoil this rally here now? A single gets the run home, but we got to come through with Jackie. He could also walk us to our pitcher here. So we got once again have to be aggressive. This is the Trey Turner situation earlier. I kind of want to sit fastball still. If he throws a bunch of off speed, good on him. He did throw a slider. I kind of reactionary swung at it and didn't quite hit it to the wall. Dang it. That was the inning, man. That swing with Jackie was pretty good, to be honest, on a good pitch to swing at. We were just off of it. And we only score one. That's a big momentum shift for him to get out of that inning. But our approach, you know, it's been good. We worked a lot of pitches. The fact that he even wanted to warm up his bullpen there shows a lot about where his mindset is at in terms of DeGrom's effectiveness. So we'll consider that a W for us. Going back to the slider here, we have the pitches to waste, so we might as well try. And we get him to chase again. So this is once again, you know, figuring out your opponent's tendencies and weaknesses, not only at the plate but on the mound. Low and in slider to righty is usually not a pitch I throw at all with Vida. But once I've thrown it a couple times and he's chased it, we want to make sure we're exploiting that and taking advantage of our opponent's weaknesses here. That was a pretty aggressive swing, so we'll bury one. Again, getting ahead in the count is crucial so we can throw some waste pitches. He absolutely swung at that, and that is back-to-back strikeouts. Our opponent seems to be pressing a little bit now at the plate. Definitely not as patient as they have been earlier on in the game. So that just speaks volumes to the fact that maybe he's a little worried about us coming around on DeGrom, and also the fact that he hasn't really scored that much. I'm literally just going to throw the slider again because it would make sense to go four-seam now. Good take. All right, we'll do the triple-up hesitation again. Last time I threw two sliders and a fastball. He may chase this. Good take. All right. That tunnel is out now. Let's bury a changeup. Make it maybe a little more middle. He'll chase. Yeah. Beautiful pitching, man. Let's make sure we get the out there, Kyle. Very lackadaisical. All right, Vida. Vida threw 4, giving up 1. I will take that all day, every day. That is not a typical Vida start by any means. Unfortunately, we are leading off with the bottom of our order. But if Trey can get on with the speed, and we can maybe get a bunt down, we could be looking to be in business here. Pretty crucial at bat. Unfortunately, we were early on that outlier four-seam. And a little bit on top of it. Don't ask me how I'm early on 102 on Hall of Fame. But it results in an out. So that's tough because now our inning's pretty much killed unless we can get a 2-out rally or a lucky hit from Vida Blue. So that was a very crucial at bat. We've been sitting fastball early in the count a lot as well because, you know, he's been throwing it. He hasn't really had many at bats where he's just spammed off speed the entire time. We've had basically at least one four-seamer every at bat. And that's the pitch I feel most confident hitting, so that's what we're looking for. Turning on it with Vida. I don't know why he went two-seam there against a pitcher. I would just try to blow someone away. Not going to judge it, though. That was a much better pitch, and we pop out. All right, Mike Trout. What do you have for me, man? We have to figure it out offensively soon, dude. We're not going to keep locking him down with Vida for very long. Absolutely not.
Kind of a surprise not to see a fastball in the first pitch there. The guy's probably taking.
Does he go four-seam here? He usually does. He's done this sequence, I feel like, every time with Trout. Everything's outside, and it's rocking chair. This is super weird, but I think I'm going to sit outside fastball here. Oh, I dropped under it. Dude, we have had some serious reads this game and just cannot put the bat on the ball. Oh man, that read was insane. Brutal, dude. Baseball's so cruel, man. You actually have to hit the ball. You can't just predict where it goes and get rewarded. What a stupid game. What a stupid concept. That sucks, man. We just need some kind of momentum shift back, right? Like we had the back-to-back doubles. That was some momentum, and then we ended up squandering that. We need another one of those to kind of, you know, make it in a situation where we're in the driver's seat and he has to make some decisions and press a little bit more than he has been. He really doesn't like swinging at these inside fastballs with lefties, by the way. It's been a no-go for him basically the whole game. So we will challenge him again. And back to this slider. I'm trying to throw this earlier in the count because it clearly isn't going to work late in the count now. So if we throw it early, we still get the strike, but, you know, at this point in a 2-strike count with a righty, he's got to be telling himself not to swing at that. So we try to move it forward in the sequence to get the strike out of it early. All right. This is a risky pitch if he's ready, but I think he's taking it. Yeah. I'm in his head with that slider low and in. You can just tell. So we are just abusing that. I don't know what happened with my pinpoint there. I really like the curveball inside to righties too with Vida. I think it's a good pitch. I have just been featuring the slider so much more than I usually do in this video because it's been working. Try to go outside with the fastball just in case he's sitting on it. Really seems like he doesn't want to swing at it. Again, we'll go with the slider just in case. I imagine he takes this. Yeah. We just have to keep it in his mind is the real thing there. Try low and away fastball. Haven't thrown this once. Ooh, we couldn't catch the corner. We had him. He took it. Now we'll go 3-2 curve. If we walk him, it's actually not the worst thing because he probably takes DeGrom out. We got him swinging late at the up and in curveball. One of my favorite pitches, actually, to opposite-handedness if you throw a hard curveball. Really hard to time up and square up. But now DeGrom at 84 pitches and leading off the next inning. I imagine this will be his last inning. So I think this has been a pretty big W. Obviously, Vida has kept us in the game by pitching well. But we've at least forced the game state into a state that allows us to hit against the bullpen for 3 innings in a close game, which is all you can really ask for. We get 99 DeGrom out of there after 6. I think that is a W. That was right there. How is this a lazy fly out? You have to be joking me. There's absolutely no way that's just what happened. Jeez, bro. That I was even early side of good there. That is absolutely horrendous. That's tough, man. That's the kind of momentum solo shot we need, too. Waited for our pitch, got a slider right down the middle. Did not get rewarded. He's pitching us backwards a little bit here. I imagine it's because, again, he wants to go inside with the 4-seam with 2 strikes. So, again, we're keeping a fast bat here, and hopefully we're disciplined enough to lay off a slider from that tunnel. There it is. I would imagine most of the time he's going 4-seamer inside here. He went low and away. Luckily, our bat was fast enough to sit on it. Hopefully we're not out at second here. All right, he hit the cutoff. We might have actually been out if he went straight to second base. Good swing by Kyle there, though, man. We really only hit that because we were sitting fastball. Now we got Chipper up again. He's pitching us inside yet again, man. 0-2. Whew, nasty. He knew I had to protect. Good pitch. We got lucky. Does he go 4-seam now? He went curve and I was late. What a spot for that pitch, man. This is so hard. This is so hard to hit, man. Approaching 100 pitches now. Can we get an extra base hit from Castellanos here and get this run home? it would be absolutely massive. All right, this historically has been a fastball inside now. It was a fastball outside. Again, the only reason we hit it is because we're sitting fastball. Castellanos comes through. We finally break through, man. What a massive home run. To get to DeGrom before he even takes him out. To get the 2-run lead the way we've been pitching. DeGrom's over 100 pitches now. This is the approach, man. This is why no matter what, sticking to your guns, going into the game with a game plan, sticking to it, eventually it's going to come around. And the fact that we may be going into the later innings with a lead and having three innings to hit off his bullpen is a big W. How many times am I going to say big W in this video? I imagine he just goes four-seam again. We'll see. Yeah. Yeah, we're on him now. We are definitely on him. We, again, have to start being aggressive, though. He probably doesn't want to take DeGrom out since he's leading off next inning, and double switches suck on this game because they mess with your energy sometimes. So we're definitely looking to hit with Jackie here. Look at the pitch count per inning. Just beautiful. And he goes up and away. And that ball's dead, too. Man, that's pretty rough. I'm not going to lie. 2 of our outs that inning could have easily been moonshots. I don't know what that was. I'll take having the lead, though. We need to make sure our bullpen's getting up and running, though, for sure. Now that we have the lead, we need to make sure we maintain it. And if Vida gets in a rough spot, then we may have to just go ahead and take him out, even though he's been pitching so well. Scope off the bench is obviously scary. Dude's cracked versus lefties. I'm going to throw it again. I'm just going to try it. This is the liberty of being up 0-2. We get him. See, we're in his head. We're playing game theory, right? It's a coin flip. Am I going to try to paint him low and in with a four-seam, or I'm going to try to get him to chase with a slider? It's 50-50 from his perspective. And unfortunately for him, he's been guessing wrong a lot. Dang, Trey Turner with another late swing single. That is not what we want to see. He's done that twice to me this game, I think, if that was still this game. Really good pitch there, honestly, man. We got to be careful here. Look at Big Papi. No way. The auto dive. He's so mad. That is why first base defense doesn't matter at all. If you ever hear me talk about how I do not care if somebody has good defense at first base, attribute-wise, that is why. Because common fielding Big Papi can do that. Hang and curve first pitch. That's not where he wanted to throw that one. And now we're feeling good. We are into the bullpen, man. Wainwright is not really a top-tier reliever anymore, in my opinion, especially with the per nines that he has, the hits per nine. I'm feeling supremely confident about this. And obviously, because that curveball is so slow, it's pretty easy for us to just go ahead and let it rip at that, see it all the way. I am feeling good. The difference between facing 99 DeGrom and 92 Wainwright is night and day. I feel so relieved. I don't know how people say DeGrom is easy to hit. I don't get it. Maybe people are better than me, but I just don't see it. Anyway, I don't even remember what if I finished my train of thought before I hit that home run. So sorry if I did not. Cutter sinker, pretty standard stuff. If he goes outside cutter again, I may actually let it rip. Yeah, I actually wanted to go out the other way with that pitch, but he ended up leaving it middle. I had perfect timing instead of just late timing, so I pulled it. Dang it. Yeah, the shift was on, so if he ran the cutter away from me, that's what I was really looking for there. Changeup's kind of weird there, not going to lie. And I guess we're just going to strike out looking because we're terrible. All right, good at bat. Way to keep the pressure on, Brev. Idiot. All right, Schwarber. The worst at bat into a perfect mechanical swing. Man, 6-1 now. We've put up 5 in the last 2 innings. We are big chilling. This is literally textbook, man. Struggle against the starter. See as many pitches as you can. Keep yourself in the game with your own pitching. And then start to figure things out as you move toward the middle innings and, you know, get into his bullpen. Relievers are so much worse than starters right now, I swear. I think getting into someone's bullpen is literally like an accomplishment this year. I barely ever use my bullpen, it feels like. Nice backdoor cutter there. We got lucky. Waino should have made a play there. He's actually trying to bait us into going to the second base there, too. That's actually a really good play that goes under the radar. He made it look like he was messing up his defense to try to bait us into getting thrown out at second. All right, it's been a sinker every time after that outside cutter. There it is. Castellanos is absolutely cracked, dude. Oh, and this is the beautiful thing about having someone that can go deep in every part of your lineup. It's not because you're trying to hit a solo shot every time. It's because when you have the momentum and you have the reads and you believe in your approach and you stick with it, man, this is a result. Look at us just absolutely teeing off. He's gone sinkers after cutters. He's gone cutters after sinkers. We figured that pitch would be a cutter. Even though he absolutely nailed his spot, we take it the other way, and this is getting completely out of hand. And see, even a pitch like that, what are we going to do with that pitch? Might as well take it. There we go. Jackie the other way. Waino was not the move for this guy. Man. The sad part is I feel like I've been this locked in even against DeGrom. It's just so hard to hit the card. 7 runs this inning. We stretch the lead to 9. We have now batted around. This is Trey Turner's second at bat of the inning. And I am absolutely sitting sinker here. No question about it. He won't throw it to me. He could just walk me here. It's probably the smart thing to do. There's the sinker. Didn't get it all the way in the gap, though. Good spot for it. Good inning. I wish I would have hit a solo shot there because then we'd be pressing a mercy rule, but can't really complain about scoring 7. And now we're actually going to feature a lot more balls this inning. He is absolutely not in a position where he wants to try to work the count, right? He's probably slightly tilted. He's going to try to press and make things happen because he knows he needs to score 9. So we're just going to do our best and not give him pitches to hit. Because I've been in his spot before. It's really hard. You know, this whole video has been about sticking with your approach, but when you're down 10-1 in the bottom of the 7th, when it's been a relatively close game the whole time, it's really hard to tell yourself to stick with it and not swing at balls. It's really difficult, so we're trying to take advantage of that. He may have actually swung at that pitch, I don't know. We can't go 4-seam here because we've done it like every time, 3-2, so we'll just hang a change up and hopefully he doesn't hit it out. All right. We got one of those 2 things to go our way. We did hang the change up, but I wanted him to not hit it out. Good swing. I really can't throw a fastball there. You can see he was even early on the change. We maybe lost that at bat in the 2-2 part of it. Oh, man. This guy is... I won't do it, but that's actually a point where you can maybe think about hitting the replay on him, too. Get some rage quit equity there. If I hit the replay on him, he might just dip there. This guy is gotta be frustrated. Man. Good swing by Ortiz. I have probably gone to that a little too much. He hasn't really wanted to hit it before there, though. Alright, anyway. We're kind of getting a little overconfident here. It's hard not to be when you're up 8, but we need to chill, bottom line. Let's try to paint him. He hasn't swung at this once this inning. Yeah, it just... We basically did the same thing in the last What Would Brev Do with DeGrom, now that I think about it. Just abusing that tunnel specifically. It's so strong, man. I swear people don't use it enough because it's like a standard tunnel for real life. Or maybe it's just not good on All-Star because you have enough time to read it. But on Hall of Fame Legend, the fastball slider tunnels are insane, I swear. Even a pitcher with like Vida, who I don't even like pitching with, has just gotten so many strikeouts just from that combination. I don't know what happened to that pitch. That was super weird. Bit of a desync. He's obviously not having any of us going inside to him, of a lefty now. So good on him making an adjustment. Let's try to get Castellanos out. He swings at a ball and hits it for a single. We are going to try to stick with Vida just a little bit longer until the game gets closer. Maybe that's a mistake, but I don't really want to use energy from my bullpen if I don't have to. This is very obvious. I don't know why he hit the runner, man. He's out by a mile. That might have been accidental. That was a really bad steal. That was pretty out of character for him, actually. That might have been the accidental send there. Yeah, and he's gone. That's tough, man. I know he probably didn't want to steal there. But that was basically textbook, our approach. I hope you guys learned something. I'm surprised we only gave up 2 with Vida. Maybe it would have been more if he didn't get thrown out there. But really, really solid game. Just from the box score, you can kind of tell how we took the opportunity to see a bunch of pitches, figure things out, get our bearings, and then take advantage once we have our reads. So hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you thought down in the comments section below. Many more of these videos to come this year. Thanks for supporting me on them. If you made it all the way to the end, you're a real one as well. Appreciate you. Take care, guys. We'll see you next time.